deserve me. After all, the voices calm. Was I not worthy? Now the storm is come and gone. I see it clearly. I can finally see the truth, cause the battle's won. They did not deserve me. I see the truth now. See the friendly enemies. I can finally see the truth now. Hypocrisy, it don't matter what you do now. History, done wasting the talent. Can I help these little leagues? I see the truth now. Not family or what I'll do now. It's bet on me. Never giving up my commitment to the dream. You will never kill my hope or take my victory. So now I'm sitting here alone, all right, thinking that they deserve me. They deserve me. After all, the voices calm. Was I not worthy?
Hope you're ready. All right, we're back. We're back. Man, I'm fired up today. I'm fired up today because I see so much human potential in people, and I get so stuck. Man, I get so stuck. I watch this human potential. I watch people struggle, and I get so fired up. And maybe you're like me. Maybe you're the kind of person that gets fired up at what I call injustice, financial injustice, relational injustice. I get so fired up over this stuff because I believe we're capable of more. I believe we deserve more. I believe you watching this right now deserve more, but you're so focused on what you don't have instead of going out to get what you do have. I'm not here to condemn you. I'm here to uplift you today. This is a positive message. I'm excited for your life. In fact, I have greater belief in people oftentimes than they have belief in their own selves. I believe in people more than they believe in themselves because you might be going through a tough season right now. So I know you're ready. If you're ready, give me a thumbs up. We're going to jump into some tactical mindset, motivational, and tactical financial principles right now because I'm here for that. And if you're here for that, give me a thumbs up and let's get popping on this thing. By the way, if you drop me a comment, bless you. I'll see that comment. I'll acknowledge you. If you want to reshare this thing, bless you. Let's reach some people in the next few minutes because we're going to go hard at this. First of all, it's okay. It's okay that you're going through a hard season right now. It is okay that you're going through difficulty. I had a man message me today. He's like, I just don't feel like I'm worth it. I really don't feel like I'm worth anything. And I got to tell you something. The season that you're going through right now does not determine your worth. The problems that you're enduring right now doesn't dictate what your worth actually is. It's not about your present day circumstances. It's about your potential. You're focusing so much on today that we don't see the vision for tomorrow. See, so many people get tied up in the daily tactical grind, the day-to-day problems, the day-to-day activities, the day-to-day conversations, when if you get stuck in these things long enough, they start to take hold in your mind and become your identity. I'm not a preacher, but I'm definitely going to reach you. See, I have people reach out to me all the time, free and paid, who say, just get me out of my slump, man. Get me out of my thing. Ben Humble, how do you get so activated? How do you stay so positive and upbeat? How do you push yourself? What is that internal thing that keeps you going? Number one, your identity is not tied to your present day circumstance. It doesn't matter what you're going through right now. You might be going through a really hard season. You might be going through some crap right now. You might be dealing with it right this moment. And you're trying to figure out, like, how do I get to the other side? Here's the first step. Disconnect your identity to your situation. See, every single hero that you've seen, every single person who's successful, who's on a stage that you've seen has gone through the mud, has gone through some stuff to get there, has faced a level of adversity, has faced a level of prejudice, has faced a level of persecution, has faced a level of limiting thoughts and beliefs, has faced a level of all kinds of stuff for them to get to where they are. So don't make today about your identity. Today is nothing more than a shitty chapter in your book. If you're in a bad chapter, you're in a hard chapter, you're in a difficult chapter, your job is to keep writing. Keep writing the book. Keep writing the book called your life. See, your story is your story. You've got to realize something, that your job is to keep writing even in the difficult chapters, because you lose visibility in these chapters. You lose encouragement and confidence in these chapters, in the chapters that are hard, where you got people who abandon you, you got friends and family, and you got business arrangements and coworkers and people who screw you over because of their own insecurities, their own greed, their own fear. Hey, now, let's hit on some truth. You're dealing with the mindset. You're dealing with this oppressive mindset. In the last 3 years, you've been in isolation. You never came out of that thing that happened 3 years ago. You know what it is. You went into isolation. You got locked in a room for 6 months, and you're still in your version of solitary confinement. You're on this device 24/7, trying to find some hope, trying to find some inspiration. So that's what I'm here to give you. In the world of TikTok and Instagram and big booties, I'm here in the middle of it, in the middle of the Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm here. I'm standing next to you, because if you hear one positive, inspirational word today, it could change the quality of your month. And if it changes your month, it might change your year. And if it changes your year, it might change your future. Life, you just need one person to plant a good seed in your life. You just need somebody to strip away the noise and just say, yo, it's time to move it forward. See, you deserve better. You and I both know you deserve better. The hard thing is that how do you now take this concept that I deserve better? I'm starting to believe that, Ben Humble. What do I do with it, though? What do I do with this newfound belief? How do I move it forward? Let's get tactical for a moment. Whatever you can do right now to build up your confidence, whatever you do to build up your confidence will build up your creativity. See, you have a choice right now. You have a choice to continue consuming everything you see, to continue consuming the content, the narratives, the noise, some of it good, some of it bad. But you're consuming so much, what you're not doing is creating. You are not valuing your time. You are not evaluating your relationships. You are not creating momentum in your life because you're so busy in the consumption of it. You are watching everybody else live their life when you should be watching you live yours. So let me tell you something. Turn off the Instagram. I know I found you randomly online. And right now you might be sitting there watching me saying, what's up? Listen, folks, get rid of the consumption in your life. It's not helping you. The addiction to the social is not helping you. How do you create? Let me give you some tactical, okay? How do you create more value in the world? There's a wise man once said that if you help enough people get what they want, you're eventually going to get what you want. If you're in pursuit of financial freedom, if you're in the pursuit of time freedom, then it's time for you to start realizing that there's a different process for how you get where you want to get. The first thing is, my motto is give, gratitude, and growth. See, I didn't used to give. I was just doing me. I was just doing me, buying properties, starting businesses, making money, doing me, learning my financial responsibility. But when I started taking your responsibility, when I started taking your financial challenges into my lap, when I started building communities and understanding why people struggle and why they fail, I finally started to click. I finally started to move at the pace and the speed at which I know I need to move. So for me to live in my purpose, I have to help you live in yours. For me to live in my dreams and the things that my Creator has called me to do, I got to help you live in your calling. That's the thing. Isn't that powerful? You got to live in yours for me to live in mine, for me to get what I want, which is a lot of impact, which is to help a lot of people, which is to fulfill. I need to fulfill what my father started. See, my father's a preacher. I'm not a preacher. I cuss too much. I'm unapologetic. I'm not a preacher. I'm not your saint. I'm not your savior. I'm a person who's running hard at life to do the things I feel compelled to do. But I can reach you. I can reach you in this financial mess. I can reach you in your lack of hope. See, listen to this. I learned that hope is what starts the party and faith keeps it going. You got to have some hope, some belief in what your future could look like. Because if you could simply start to see a world, if you could simply start to believe what it could look like, then it will look like when you put in the work. But the greatest killer of your future is your lack of belief today. The greatest killer of your future is because you don't believe, you don't apply yourself and learn the things you need to learn. Let's get into it. Let's get into it right now. You're working in a job, or you have a small business, and you're violating a key principle of wealth creation. That principle is called return on time, ROT. Nobody talks about this. ROT basically means this: for every working hour of my life, I earn this much money. The principle of increasing return on time is to continue increasing how much money you earn per hour. Now, we already do this in a 9-to-5 job. The problem is the raises that you keep getting year over year are not big enough. You're going from $30 to $31.50, and nobody's getting rich on $31.50. Your extra $1.50 is not keeping up with the cost of housing, the cost of goods, the cost of gas, the cost of inflation. So you're in a negative spiraling situation. You cannot wait for somebody else to increase your financial means. This is why you have to increase your financial means. Now, you know this. You know it's on you. You know that nobody's going to build it for you. You know that nobody's going to place the stake in the ground for you, which is why you have to do it. But the question that I get, listen to me, stay with me, don't leave this call, is this: how? How do I do this? Well, first of all, we have an event, ignitenewhope.com. Come click the link, join us. It's absolutely free. Bring your friends, bring your cousins, bring people that need a better quality life and need to learn how to make more money so we can do this for 2 full days. Okay, that's next weekend. Let me get to the return on time. The return on time principle is this: I want you to sit back and I want you to ask yourself, what thing do I do very well? What thing do I do very well that I could actually help somebody else with? Think about it this way. Think about a service-based function. Maybe you know computer work. Maybe you're a doctor or a nurse. Maybe you work at McDonald's and you're the manager. Maybe you know how to mop a floor. Maybe you know how to play video games. Maybe you know how to play music. Maybe you know how to do landscaping. Maybe you know how to clean the dishes better than anybody. See, you right now watching me, you've got something that you do better than somebody else. Yes, you do. See, I believe in leaning in on the strengths, not your weaknesses. Instead of you trying to think like you got to go launch a whole new thing, learn a whole new thing, what if you know more than you need to actually launch your own business? What if you already know what you need, but you're just not applying the principles of business? What if you are not the problem? What if it's not about your identity anymore? What if it's not about your inadequacy anymore? What if you simply just are not using the plan that works? What if you're simply in the wrong plan? What if I told you there's a better plan right now where you can take advantage of what you know and who you are, and you can build radical growth in your life? What if I told you that financially you deserve double and you can get it and you don't need anybody's permission to do this? You need to own your own business. See, here's what I believe. The growth starts inside, not outside. If you want to understand something that I have wrestled with for years, something that broke me to a point that I finally was able to course correct, is this: if you keep chasing the outside stuff, it'll never fill the gap of the inside stuff. When you finally start focusing on the inside stuff, you will finally start to reconcile all of your conversations and value system around the outside things. You chasing more money without chasing pursuit of purpose? You chasing more time without knowing what to do with it because you've lost your identity? So many people are addicted to making money that they won't even know what to do when the money finally shows up. You become the sum of your pursuits. So here's my point to you. You need money. You need more money. You need more money than you think you need, because financially speaking, you're going to run into deficits. You're going to run into debt. You're going to run into problems. Somebody's going to get sick in your family. You need more money than you realize, but you also need to change your relationship with money. Quit worshiping this thing. We are in such pursuit of money because we are so insecure around the concept of money that all we do is chase it and chase it and chase it. And as we're chasing it, we lose our identity in the process. We leave who we are behind so we can go and try to get more. You're living in the world of more, not the world of money. You want to live in the world of money? It's numbers and cents and financial statements. Money is not complicated. I promise you, money is not hard. Money is a language. It's ones and zeros. It's binary. Hey man, start a business, do marketing, understand sales. You don't have to be loud like me. You don't have to have my personality. I think a common fallacy, I think something we get stuck on is you see a guy like me and you see my behavior and you see my level of activity and you're making an assumption that you have to be me in order to succeed. Or you're making the opposite. You're saying, I don't like this guy. In fact, some of you are straight haters. You're watching me, but you won't say anything positive. You're watching me to wait for me to slip up. And I see you. I know you. I've been seeing you. It's okay. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. I'm living in a world where persecution is part of it. If you think your persecution is going to somehow affect my ability to produce purpose in life, you're wrong. You got it twisted. But I understand the persecution. You don't have to be me because you don't carry my story. You don't carry where I started from. What's up, Oates? What's up? You don't carry my story, so you don't have to be like me. You don't have to behave like me. I behave like me. You need to behave like you. If you're quiet and mild-mannered, well, then understand the game of money, understand where you can push, understand where you have confidence and conviction. Start doubling down on the things that you do well. See, what happens is we have this fallacy. We see a business or we see something around money, and the only thing most of us know is to go to a job and let somebody else do the thinking. I'm being serious. Somebody else already thought about how the money works, and you just show up and do the work. That may offend some of y'all, but that's okay. But you go work for somebody else because you don't understand how you can work for yourself. And working for yourself is about saying, number one, I'm going to double down on my strengths. Number two, I'm going to understand the market demand for what I know. What you know is valuable. Like some of y'all on this call right now have technical skills, but because you don't spend time with technical idiots like me, I don't like technology. If you spend time with technical idiots, right? You spent time with people that were technically deficient, like me. Man, you could charge me $100 an hour to fix my stupid Zoom link. You could. You know why? Because I hate the dang Zoom link. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take the time that I got, and instead of getting frustrated with Zoom, instead of getting frustrated with technology, I'm going to go and do something that I'm great at, and I will make up the income, and I will make up the time in something where I have greater skill and capacity. Every single person watching me has something. Listen, I have a gift. I'm just telling you right now. I'm going to speak it into your life right now. I have a gift. I have this crazy prophetic ability to see potential in people. I believe in people more than they believe in themselves. You have something of value. You just don't see it. And you don't see it because you focus more on the negatives in your life than you do on the purposeful positives in your life. You're focusing more on trying to look significant than doing the work that is significant. You're so focused on this season of fear and doubt and insecurity that you can't possibly see the fulfillment or the promised land in your life. What if you're that person who has one defining experience, and from that defining experience, you go on to shape and help thousands and thousands of people? One of you watching this has that ability. But until you recognize, until you finally have a moment of deep conviction, until you finally have a defining moment in your life to understand that this season of crap was designed to help you in a season of abundance and significance. But until you get through this junk, you don't have a story, not a good one. Nobody wants Mr. Perfect. Nobody wants Mr. Perfect. Nobody wants the person who has it all together. That person's not interesting. That person doesn't have it. You're looking for somebody who's broken, somebody who's overcome, somebody who can find a clear path. So here's what I learned about education. Man, I'm just going to get good right now for you. Here's what I learned about education. Most people don't need education. They don't need courses. They don't need a push. You know what they need? They just need one little nuance. They need one little thing to move them from stuck to unstuck. You don't need the whole plan. You don't need the whole thing. I can make you a multimillionaire. Give me a blue-collar, broken, hardworking person. I'll make that person a multimillionaire. But many people aren't ready for that level of change. See, change is the scary part. Change is the scary part. Leaving what you know is the scary part. Encountering your real insecurities is the scary part. You know what you need? From step A to step B. You need one gradual improvement in the right direction. You need to go from making $30 an hour to making $39 an hour, you need to increase your income by 30%. And then another 30%, and then another 30%, because that formula is less change, less volatility, less risk. So, can you double your income in 1 year? Absolutely. I'm a firm believer. And if you don't believe me, you just have not seen the promised land. I've seen so many people double, triple, quadruple their income, but you need to realize it's not by doing the exact same thing in the same way they've been doing it. These people are doing maybe the same thing in a different way. Maybe it's a new thing in a better way. You have to realize there's other dynamics at play. There's nothing more expensive than the cost of ignorance. Nothing is more expensive. Will you really work the next 20 years for the same crap pay, for the same crap boss, and the same crap job because you're not willing to break through the crap? If you can simply increase your earning capacity by just 30% a year, in 10 years, that's 300% more income. That is life-changing. You go from $50,000 a year to $150,000 a year. It is life-changing. Here's my job. My job is to not give you the absolutely radical, crazy, fundamental push that you say you want because it's hard. My job is to break it into bite-sized pieces and give you things that will help you navigate your own journey, because your story is your story and my story is my story. You just need small baby steps. Am I right? If I'm right, in the comments, give me a thumbs up. You need the small baby steps that's going to help you unlock step 1, step 2, step 3. You don't need to be criticized. You don't need to be persecuted for your failures. You don't need to be reminded of all the things you've done wrong. None of that is fruitful to you. And you don't need to look at somebody who has it all together giving you a perfect narrative. Let me give you the scoop. Every business sucks. Every one of them is hard. Every business has failure. Every one of them is hard. This is where you have to start to ask better quality questions. Which hard will you choose? You want to choose the hard of starting a small business that can double or triple your income in the next 6 to 12 months? You want to maintain the hard that you have, which is maybe not being able to pay the bills? Or do you want to have the hard that you have now, which is, I make some good money, Ben, but I have zero free time and I have zero inspiration. In fact, all I do in my downtime is watch Netflix because this freaking drains me. So you got money, but no time. This is the game you got to play. You want financial freedom? Here's the real game you have to play. It's called purpose freedom. You got to have the money. When you have the money, then you have all these time constraints. Then you got to master the time, and then you can have purposeful conversations. Do you believe that you could go fishing with your kids? Do you believe you could travel? Do you believe you could play music? Like, I'm a grown-ass adult male, 38 years old, and I'm playing music like crazy today. I'm writing songs, recording music. I'm living my life, not to condemn you for not living yours, but if you just see me living my life, you go, well, this guy's living his life. Maybe there's a chance for me. See, I built a world where when I was in university, 19 years old, my teacher said to me, you are talented but lazy. You'll never make it as a high school music teacher. Interesting. And I made a decision. Nobody's ever going to dictate what my capacity is. Nobody's going to dictate how much money I can make, what I can do. I'm going to go into this thing called business, not to become a business owner, but to get out. I'm a musician. I'm an artist. I like business. I love life. I love hanging out with people. I don't love the numbers and the spreadsheets. Here's what I need you to understand. If you're a creative type like me, you don't have to love business. You just have to get it out of the way. You just have to master this thing called money so that you don't get mastered by it. If you want to reduce the idolatry and the worship around money, then don't let it control your life. You got to hold it. It can't have a hold of you. If you want to master time, you have to become the kind of person who becomes vigilant in their pursuit of time management. And it's not time management in the stupid, dumb principles that nobody actually uses. Time management is about this one clear concept: self-respect. Listen, I love you. I respect you. You cannot have my time. or I love you, I respect you. You can only have 30 minutes of my time because you know what? I have other things I've already planned on doing, and they're not Netflix, and they are not chilling, and they're not doing nothing, and they're not sitting on TikTok. I have filled my life with activity, and it will never stop. It will never stop because it keeps me engaged. Nothing is worse than somebody who finds some level of success and becomes disengaged. So here's the happy balance in life. And I'll wrap up with this. Number one, come to our event next weekend, IgniteNewHope.com. IgniteNewHope.com. I want you to ignite some new life in your life. We're going to talk about money. I've got incredible guests and speakers. We're going to be talking about how you can use the skills that you have right now to double your income in the next 12 months. Some of you will do it, honestly, in 3 months because you can and because the formula works. And I will show you how to generate 6- and 7-figure income by doing what you already know how to do and not having to create something that doesn't need to be created. But if you want to master time, you have to start making decisions about what you truly value versus what you want in the moment. See, we have to get out of the habit of living out of our flesh, which means doing the things that are impulsive, the things that feel good. This is my secret. I don't focus on what feels good. I focus on what does good. It doesn't always feel good to go and do the hard work. It doesn't feel good to go to the gym and do that extra workout. It doesn't feel good for me to apologize to people when they're the ones that offended me. It doesn't always feel good, right, to eat good quality food. And I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to be perfect. Don't get it twisted. I'm just trying to get better. I'm trying to get better at living a life worth living. I'm trying to get better at living a life that I can continue to evolve and see fruits of my labor and see what's possible in this world. So here's my inspiration to you. You are worthy. You are valuable. Stop comparing to everybody online because it's not a real representation of how the world actually is. If you see 100 people with six-packs online, you think everybody has a six-pack. The statistics in the United States reveal that they do not. But you are watching the top 1% in business, in six-packs, and finance, and you are watching the 1%, and you are assuming that that represents the 99. It does not. Give yourself space. Give yourself some room to breathe. Give yourself room for improvement. Life is not about perfection. Life is not about ego. Life is not about just self-serving behavior. Life is not about just you. You can create some phenomenal impact in this world. You can accomplish incredible things for your family. You can change the legacy of your family. You can change the quality of your children's future if you simply focus on planting good quality seeds today. Mindset seeds, financial, relational, health. It's time to make a change. So I'm inviting you. Come to New Hope, IgniteNewHope.com next weekend. It's going to be powerful. I'm going to continue to go live, bringing you inspiration so that I can help bring activation to your life. And if you don't like this message, you need a lot of help. If you like this message, you're in the right call. And if you need help, I'm not condemning you. Let me help you. Let me push you. Let me help force some things into your life that are going to be good for you. I will spoon feed you good quality vegetables. All right? So I hope to see you all there. We're going to start the party tomorrow live at 12 p.m. Eastern. We have a masterclass. By the way, all of this is free for you. Just come and join us. All right? I've got love in my heart for you. I want to see you win. I'm going to keep pushing, and it doesn't matter if you take advantage of it now or tomorrow or the next day. Just know somebody's here for you. Somebody's here for you. And I'm going to keep pushing you. God bless you. Have an incredible day. Stay focused, and remember, you got this. You're worthy. You can do it. Don't give up. Not yet.